We're going to be talking about the metamorphosis of change. The metamorphosis of change. Now, a quick little disclaimer before we get started. Your boy don't feel too well. You hear me? Your boy do not feel too well. Ate something crazy, and this is the second time in like the last week that I ate something that is just got me all the way messed up. I woke up in the middle of the night having to go to the bathroom. Sorry to disclaim that, but it is what it is. But more than that, it had me freaking, my body is hurting. You knowing that if you ever watch Paid in Full, when he was like, my body hurting, my head hurting, I walk different. You just going through it, and now your boy been going through it. I went to practice. I thugged it out and went to practice. Towards the end, it was difficult because I hadn't ate anything. Well, I ate some strawberries, a couple of strawberries that just something. It's now currently 6 p.m. All I ate today was some strawberries and a couple of grapes, and I'm drinking some, it's like my third cup of ginger. I got some real ginger, and the tea is lemon, ginger. Yeah, lemon ginger. That's the tea that I'm actually drinking right now. So I'm going to push through this one because you know how we do it. We are going live every single day. Rain or shine, sick or no sick, no excuses. No excuses. All right, so today we're going to be talking about the metamorphosis of change. And what do I mean by that? Sometimes things pop up into my brain sometimes that I just feel like I need to talk about. And not for any particular reason. Maybe it's because of what I am currently going through. So the metamorphosis is a change of who I am. I find myself always going down this path. How you doing, Josh? I find myself going down this path, and in order to understand it, you got to do some reflection. You got to do some reflection on what does change look like. And a lot of times it's like, is it actually working for me? Because a lot of times you be thinking like, man, I'm doing all this, man. I'm getting up early. I'm working out. I'm doing all the extra and stuff like that. But ain't nothing changing. How do I know if it's changing or not? How do I know all the work or the things that I'm doing to try to change myself? Is it working? Am I becoming a better person? What up, Muhammad? Am I becoming a better person? Am I becoming something different? So today, we got a few talking points on, is your change working for you? So the first one is, you stop announcing your plans. If you're used to saying, you know what, I'm about to go work out 5 days a week. I'm working out 5 days a week. And you say, you know what, I'm going to post it on Instagram. I'm going to post it on TikTok. I'm going to go to school and I'm going to let everybody know every time I talk to you, yeah, man, when this new year, what's up? When this new year come, I'm finna start changing my life and doing all that. When you know you're changing, any tips on what? When you know you're changing is when you stop telling everybody what you're doing and you just do it. Stop telling everybody what you got going on. Stop trying to inform them. And I am prime A1 person who is king for that. I was the main person who always, you want to talk about YouTube? What do you want to know about YouTube, bro? I'll give you as much tips as I can. I'm going to my YouTube journey as well. But you stop talking and telling everybody. I remember I used to always tell everybody all the plans I got. I got plans to do this, plans to do that. And I remember one time I had a business mentor. Excuse me a second. And I used to have these ideas. And I told her my idea. And she was like, the first thing she told me, she said, that idea is so great and so revolutionary. Don't tell that to anyone. Don't tell it to anyone. I don't want to get off topic, Mr. Games, and talk about YouTube because that's not what we're talking about here today. Just write in the comments what it is that you struggle with, and then tomorrow I'll come on here and I'll talk about YouTube. But today we're talking about change. So if you write me what you got, what you interested about when it comes to YouTube, from my knowledge of what I got, I'll help you out. When change is real, you move in silence. You don't need validation anymore. Execution becomes your reward. A couple of days ago, we talked about, I talked about how I made a list for myself to finish out the year. I made a list for myself to just complete some things, and I never told anybody about it. But when I was done, I posted it. I didn't go and just tell everybody, I'm going to do this today. I want to end the year out like this. I want to eat like, because it no longer becomes about other people. And you know what? That actually kind of brings back in the circle talking with Mr. Games, if that's his real name. Talking about with Mr. Games, I stopped telling people about my YouTube channel. You are talented. You just got to find it, And then what? Most times, most people think that you got to be like the most amazing person in the world to achieve something. No, you don't. You just got to be yourself. Everybody has their audience. Everybody got somebody that's going to follow them. But people follow confidence. People follow people who believe in themselves, because a lot of people, no shot to you, a lot of people have a hard time believing in themselves, and it's not even really about, being good at something. It's just about putting in for me, for example, playing basketball. People always come to me talking about, oh man, you're this and you're so good at this and that and this, and it's like, bro, do you know, before I was in high school, in my senior year, I think I had maybe one offer, and it wasn't even an offer. Like, I had no looks to go to college. None. Nobody was interested in me. I wasn't great. None of that. But you know what I did? I just kept working. Even though I didn't have any people. This is before social media really took off. This was just like the Facebook and things like that. I was not good. I had two cousins that was good. I had one cousin. He was so good. He was getting recruited by Florida, UF. I was getting recruited by a Division II school in North Carolina. Dang, what's the name of that school? I was getting recruited by a Division II in North Carolina that I later come to find out someone that actually played for that team, and they were terrible. So it wasn't like I was getting recruited by anybody good like that, for real. It was just the fact that I had this mindset, yeah, you know what, man, even though I know I'm not as good, I'm going to continue to work. Just continue to work. So if you want to build your content, if you want to build your YouTube, if you want to get more subscribers, if you want to get more subs, if you want to grow as a content creator, as a basketball player, as whatever it is you're doing, you just got to get more reps in. You got to get more reps in. People are tuning in right now. Few people tuning in right now, this and that. But if you knew how long, now that I think about it, people know me now from playing basketball and this, but I picked up the basketball when I was 5 years old. I'm 36 right now. I just turned 36 2 days ago. That's 31 years of playing basketball. Just for someone now to say you're good. I didn't always talk about those times in the gym. I didn't always talk about those times when I felt down and doubted and didn't feel like I was able to, even good enough. Like, I mean, how this was my senior year. Like, think about my senior year where your cousin is getting recruited, by UF, University of Florida. What up, Vince? And you're getting recruited by some no name, nobody. It's not even recruitment. They just they're interested. They say if you might be interested. So it's not even a real gig. Like, it's not even a real opportunity. And this is not the same like social media era where there's transfer portals and stuff. Like, boy, not even close. Not even close. I don't play 2K no more because I'd rather make videos. I used to. I spent the first 9 years of my professional career playing 2K overseas. And you know what that led me? Broke. So I stopped playing 2K and started focusing on YouTube and focusing on my future. I still love 2K, but I'm just far removed. I'm just far removed. Junior, if you believe I can, if you want to know if I can dunk, just go through my reels. Make sure y'all go through my reels if you want to know the life, because in my reels I post my life as a professional basketball player overseas, what I stand for, what I'm going through, how I play. Got plenty of highlights on there, and you look through there and you tell me if you could dunk. So back to the change. Number 2, your old life starts to feel comfortable. The same habits, conversation, and routines that once felt normal now feel heavy. Discomfort is a sign you've outgrown the container. So, once you start hanging out with certain people, once you start saying, you know what? I'm glad you asked me about 2K, because that right there was the telltale sign of my old life trying to come back into fruition, like trying to pull me back. And that wasn't me. My new life, my new me, not even new me, the real me, the healthy me, the focused me, the locked in me, was there the entire time, just waiting. So when people be like, hey, like I got 2 teammates on both sides, they both play, they both bring their game. They're still, they play their game, and that's no disrespect to them or knock to them. It's just, I'm not in that era of my life right now. I'm in the era of where I'm trying to change myself and change what I got going on in my life. So all these things, like, they don't excite me. They don't give me that drive. They don't give me that push. They don't give me the things that I'm looking for out of life. So the old life starts to feel real comfortable. I used to go out a lot. It gets old. There's a lot of things I used to do that just gets old, that I'm no longer interested in. You choose discipline over dopamine. You start delaying gratification, less chasing quick highs, more commitment to long-term peace and progress. Appreciate it, Vince. I don't know why June out here trolling. This is one thing I said about YouTube. First and foremost, when you're trying to build your page or something, just a little quick sidebar. There's like different levels of stages that you got to go through. First, you got to go through nobody being there and no one, just talking to a dead screen. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're going to do that. And we're going to do that. You feel me? Since you want to troll. Then when you finally start getting people like you guys, appreciate you tapping in. Make sure you guys like the live, share the live out, put the notifications on so you guys can catch all the lives. We do go live every single day. Then this wave comes in, and I'm currently in this wave where your audience starts to find you. You know why? Because the platform sees that you're consistent. You're consistent and you work, so they start pushing people in front of you. And you know who always comes first? It's not like, oh, yes. You know how it feels when you have that first view and you start looking, you're like, man, okay, I'm going from just, what's up, Roseanne, however you say your name. You go from getting like 10 views, 8 views to getting like 100. And one video might do like 1,000. Do you know what starts to come? You starts to get those trolls. You don't just get straight to the people who rock with you and they support you and they go. The trolls come first. The trolls come first. Just like when you're in your change of life. When you're in your change of life, trolls come. Because they're a part of your old life, because they don't understand that you are someone that is growing into something different that they're not used to. Something that they don't want you to be. They're not used to seeing people really change their life and let go of old things. They just want, so when they see that, they do not know the correct response. Their correct response to you changing your life or you changing and becoming another person is to clown it. I'ma clown you. I'ma make fun of you. I'ma say some goofy stuff because you think you're better than me. How? I'm just trying to walk my road in life and be a better person for myself. So people around you, Vince Gasper, what up, bro? I got you. People around you, you feel me? They feel intimidated from themselves because they're not doing what they need to do for themselves. So it intimidates them to see you being you. I had a coach that I played for last year, and he took the time to come to me and tell me that, oh, I see that you're very positive and you like to enjoy a game. Me personally, I don't really like all the extra, this and that and all the extra. And I was like, I don't care. I don't care that you love to live in a negative state. That's not my joy bothers you. See? Trolls. People who come on. Trolls. You gotta love them. You have to love them. They reassure you and reconfirm you that you are on the right direction that you're going to. The right person that you're changing into. Because they don't know any other way to communicate other than to hate. And that's the beautiful thing about it. They don't know any other way but to hate. They can't stand to see someone being themselves. They can't stand to see someone say, you know what? I made a commitment to myself to be something different. So you know what I'm going to do? When I see someone that's trying to be something better or doing something, anything positive, I'm going to hate on them. Because I don't know what it means to support someone other than to throw shade. That's it. You choose discipline over dopamine. As the guy just asked me before, if I play 2K, yeah, I used to love 2K, But I chose to, 36 now. I'm not where I want to be as far as financial wise in my career, because I made a lot of decisions in my career that didn't put me in the best financial space in my life. So now I'm doing everything I can to become or to achieve the financial milestones that I'm seeking out for. So that requires me to let go of a lot of dopamine things. Scrolling all day. You ever find yourself just scrolling all day? Go look at your phone and look at the amount of time you spend on social media. I believe you can go and they'll tell you the hours you spend on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and it will show you. That's dopamine. We live in a dopamine overstimulated era. That's a fact. We live in a dopamine overstimulated era. And if you do not find a way to break away from that and lock in for a time, it's not that you have to be just this complete rock of a person that just, oh, I'm not gonna do anything fun and I'm not gonna do. No, that's not life. But there's a time to lock in. There is a time for change. There is a time to create something new within yourself, and that right there will change everything about you because you decided, you know what? I understand that just not even a lot of discipline. And you know the real key in the hack to discipline is a to-do list. I don't know how to be disciplined. It's simple, bro. Take out a piece of paper, use your phone, use your notes, write out 3 things that you want to do consistently to get better. If you want to be a YouTuber, I'm finna make 1 video every single day for 15 minutes. I'm gonna go live every single day for 15 minutes. Or I'm gonna make 1 video for 30 minutes one time for the week. If you can stick to that, that's how you build your discipline. It's just an easy hack. Just make a to-do list. It's easy. You don't react the same way. What used to trigger you emotionally doesn't anymore. Emotional regulation is proof of internal growth. I used to be the type of person that gets very emotional when someone challenges my belief. What you talking about, bruh? Huh? What you talking about? I'm not going for that. You know what I realized? You got it, bro. You got it. I'll tell y'all a personal story. So I have a daughter, and I used to be married with my ex-wife, and just like most stereotypical what you see, you know, when you after you divorce, you go through custody battles. Hopefully none of you guys are too young to even go through all that situation. Great. It's not worth it. So we used to have a lot of back and forth, you know, this, that, whatever. And I remember one day I went to a class, like a parenting class, you know, and they said, all this bickering that y'all doing and fighting, you're not doing nothing but affecting your kid. And it was in that moment I realized I have to be the one that changes. It doesn't matter anybody else in any other circumstance. I make a decision that I'm finna change. So I'm not finna be doing all this extra. And it's because of the fact that, you know, just because someone else doesn't change the way they are, doesn't mean I don't have to change the way I am. Doesn't mean that I don't have to change the way I am. You know? Some people out here just be saying the wildest stuff. I can't even lie. Man, you see what they writing in here, Vince? That is wild. Got to get through it. So I stopped reacting the same way that I used to act. I stopped bickering. I stopped going back and forth because I already knew what was the bigger purpose of what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do, who I'm trying to be, what I'm trying to achieve, being this person, acting this way is not going to get me there. Once you realize, and when you come to that realization for yourself, and you're like, you know what? Wait a minute. Because this is what you don't realize. This is just through my time of life what I realized. Perfect example. Trolls, people with negativity, people who don't want you to evolve and grow or just try to hate on you for that. They love negativity. The moment you feed into what they're saying, the moment you feed into that negativity that they got going on, it gives them more. It excites them more. It gets them going even more. Silence has been the greatest teacher of my life. It's amazing. The change of perspective and thought and ability to just be quiet. Next time somebody's just going at it, just be quiet and look at them. Don't go back and forth. Don't do all that. Just look at them. It's amazing. Your reaction towards their reaction, because they only doing that because they want something. They want your reaction. Your reaction fuels them. It fuels them. Don't let it fuel you. Don't let it be. Don't let it affect you. Focus on yourself. And when you start realizing, well, all I got to do is just because they mad, that don't mean I'm mad. Shoot. Pretty good, Riley. So it is what it is. I'm doing good, Bowen. Your circle begins to change naturally. Some people fade without drama. New alignments form without effort. Growth recognizes relationships. That's a fact. Yesterday I said you got to audit your circle. Can't be with everybody. You can't. If you want to go to a new level, if you want to change yourself, if you want to be a different person, if you want true change in your life, it's not going to happen with this. Unless the people with you that you hang out are on that same type of time, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Your circle has to change. Your circle has to change. In order to be the change that you want to be, it's inevitable that the circle around you. And I think I'm about to get back into my story bag. I'm going to give y'all this one last story and then I'm going to be gone. Because like I said earlier, not feeling too good. I'm just not feeling too good today. But I'm here. I'll finish y'all with this last quote or this last story that I got on this subject of like circle change. I remember, so I had a cousin. Remember I told you the cousin that got offered to UF, right? Best friend. This guy is like my twin brother. Same height. His mom, my dad, or my mom, his dad are brothers and sisters. So we come from the same family, same grandparents or whatever. It was good, Vince. Same everything. We were pretty much twins. Same height. We played on the same basketball team from when we were kids, high school. We went to college together. We played professional basketball together. We done it all together. And this is from 5, 6 years old. I grew up with this dude. I lived with him. All that. I still love him to death today. Hands down, love him with all my heart. This was the closest person in the world that someone can be to you. I tell you, man, whatever I ate yesterday got feeling crazy. That's why my eyes and stuff look like that. I'm fighting up here. I'm fighting for my life. Then I got my stuff. Let me finish this story so I can go. But this guy, my cousin, he was my best friend. More than a friend. Twin brother. And I had to walk away. I had to leave him to go be a different person. I could have never had been the person that I'm trying to be and grow into if I continued to hang around him, because sometimes you're ready to grow and other people that you're close to are not. The people sometimes that's close, and this is family. This is 35, 33 years of family that I can even remember. I appreciate it, Vince. This is 33 years. This is my entire life. Imagine someone you've known and spent in. I'm talking about, think about it. We went through little league, middle school, high school, college, professional together. A great example would be like those Morris twins or the Amon Thompson twins. We just didn't make it to the NBA, but that's how close we were. And there was a certain point in my life where I was ready to make a change. I was ready to build. I was ready to grow. I was ready to become something different. I was ready for change. I felt it in me. I felt the change happening. I felt the shift. I felt the calling. You are no longer can be the person that you've been your whole life. You have to stop running. Time to grow up. When I was a child, I thought as a child. But now that I'm a man, I had to put away my childish things. And that doesn't mean that I stopped having fun. It's just I understood now is the time to become the person you know that you are. Now is the time to become the person that you know that you are. Even if that means walking away from some of the people that you love the most in this world. Doesn't mean that you don't ever have to deal with them again. It just means that this point in your life and what you're trying to do, if they not on it, it's time you gotta go. I love you, but you gotta go. I love you, but you gotta go. And that's for anybody, any situation. So, if you want to know if it's working, if your change is working, these are some of the things to look out for. I'm tired, guys. I am beat. I am going to get some rest because it was it's been a rough day. But I'm here, keeping our commitment. And I gotta go get some rest. Because it's kicking my butt. I will be back on tomorrow. We'll be back on every day. Every single day. We're not even gonna do it. We're gonna speak it now and put it out there. We're back every single day. So I will see you guys here tomorrow. Remember, greatness is a habit, not a right. See you guys tomorrow. I'm out.